This is 2021. This is the Betfred Super League. Be ready.
Got me here. It took a big chunk out of me. Bleeding. It's bleeding. Oh no, it's bleeding. The thing just ripped me ear off. What do you think?
Hello everyone and welcome to a very special edition of Eddie and Stevo, the podcast, sponsored as always by our good friends at Betfred. And as the UK prepares for a winter hibernation, I don't want to make you all very jealous, but I'm talking to you now from sunny Spain on the Costa del Sol, because I was privileged to be at the first annual Steve Prescott Foundation 2-day golf weekend held at the magnificent La Cala Golf Resort in Mijas. Well, we all know about Steve Prescott, of course, but do you realise it's now 8 years since the great man was taken from us? So this event, as I'm sure you will all agree, takes on added significance. 2 days of fun in the sun on 2 magnificent golf courses and attended by some of the all-time rugby league legends. Leon Price, Super Benny Westwood, Danny Maguire, Richie Mathers, Lee Breers, Ryan Hall and Adrian Morley amongst them. And as you are all about to hear, the weekend started in spectacular style for one of the golfers on the trip in particular, because he claimed his first ever hole-in-one, and with it, a magnificent cheque for £5,000. Toby, you have won a hole-in-one. Many congratulations. How are you feeling?
I'm gobsmacked, if I'm honest. I must admit, it's not something I've ever thought that I would ever get. I've been playing golf for now 20 years and never really been that close. So to do it today on such a great event is something really special. Just gobsmacked.
Fantastic. And £5,000, and generously you have decided to give some of that back to the foundation.
Yeah, I think it was only the right thing to do. Obviously, the foundation does great work, and it was the best thing that needed to be done. You know, it's just nice to be able to give them some extra support.
Well done for that. Well, now Phil Archer, when I saw him on the tee, because it was the same hole that Phil Archer, the professional, we had to try and beat the pro. You obviously smashed it totally. He said to me, he told you to club up, go one more. Is that right?
I suggested, I gave him an idea of what I was going to hit, and he basically gave me a bit of a heads up, and I'm very thankful for that.
Take yourselves back. You're on the tee. The ball's on the top of the tee peg.
Yeah.
What happened next?
Well, there's a lot of people around because obviously it's the Beat the Pro. And so you're a little bit extra nervous, I would say. And I must admit, I was trying to remember what Phil's been teaching me and trying to get the club back in the right place. And from that point on, it's all a bit of a blur. I don't really remember what happened. There's some video footage if anybody wants to check that out online. But yeah, I haven't checked it yet myself, so I literally got no idea what really happened. I think it pitched just short and rolled down, and in it went.
In it went, and the feeling I've never been close.
No, well,
ever.
I think I've been like 6 inches. Was the closest I've ever been before that. So yeah, just admittedly, I didn't even think it was going in. I just thought, it's going close. But then obviously the ball kept rolling, and dropped in, and craziness ensued.
I bet. How, as you saw it disappear?
Yeah, I think I just put my hands in the air, turned around in a little bit of disbelief. My legs went to jelly, and just lots of shouting, I suppose. So awesome.
And as I say, all of that lot in there expect, beers galore, but there's no chance. Don't even worry about that.
I'll look after my friends.
Absolutely, don't even worry about that. I mean, a fantastic moment for you on a really, really special weekend.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic weekend, so far. This is the second time I've been on this particular trip, and the last time was amazing, and this time's living up. It's certainly living up for me, even better. So it's awesome work that we're all doing for the foundation.
Indeed so. And now look, tomorrow is another day. You've got to repeat the dose. Can you get a second hole in 1 in 2 days? Can you?
The next par 3 today, after my last one, I pulled it left and out of bounds. So who knows?
That's golf.
That's golf.
Toby, that's golf.
Exactly.
That is golf.
Yeah,
and what do you think when you get home? The members at Wilmslow, I know the lads at Warrington that you're here with today, they're going crackers in there. What do you think the Wilmslow members will say to you?
I have no idea. Hopefully they'll all be pleased for me. But it's just fantastic, isn't it? I'm still gobsmacked, as you can tell. I'm still short of words.
It's a special moment for a special weekend.
Yeah.
Many congratulations, and thank you for your support for this fantastic cause.
Thank you.
Thanks, Toby.
Thank you for having me.
A pleasure. Well, I'm joined now here at La Cala by the unluckiest man on the trip, because Phil Archer, golf professional, is my roommate. Phil, before we go any further, you are the quietest man in the world, because you do not disturb me. I probably snore my head off and keep you awake at night, but it's just been a privilege to be in the same room as you.
No, you warned me, but I never heard a thing last night. It was fine. Never heard a peep out of you, so I got a good night's sleep. You did as well.
Indeed, we did.
I just crept out this morning because I was coming up here early to practice a little bit.
Well, you're fantastic. Absolutely. What a day. What weather,
Fantastic,
what course, and what a moment for Toby.
Well, it's just great seeing how everybody's coming together for this event and this cause and everything like that. And Toby, I've got the pleasure of teaching Toby, actually. He's been for 2 or 3 lessons, and he was nervous because it was doing on Facebook Live. You could see he was nervous, and he asked me what club to it. He had 6 in his hand, so I told him to get 5-iron out because it was into wind. But he put a lovely swing on it, and every credit to him, looked all the time it was going in, and he went straight in the middle.
It's a great tribute to you that you're teaching him how to play.
Well,
you give him a couple of lessons and bang, he comes up with his first ever.
He's thrown that in. Like he said before, he's dumbfounded, but you've got to have there's a little bit of luck to hole-in-ones, but it's so good to see one of them prizes being taken. You do these things, beat the pro and stuff like that, and they put these prizes up, but you don't expect them to go.
No.
So because I don't know what the odds are, 500,000 to 1 or something like that for a hole-in-one. So to see one happen on a cause like today and see how everybody erupted was fantastic.
Sensational. I would think the only unhappy people are the insurance
people. And who cares about that?
Exactly.
No, it's super for the social media side of the foundation and everything. It's going to be fantastic, really, to see that go out on air and stuff, and everybody sharing it. And great for Toby himself as well. So Indeed, it's really good.
And you are the pro for the Steve Prescott Foundation. Have you been with it for a number of years?
I did the 10k run in St Helens 2 times for it, and for the prize thing, that what I raised for that went to it. In lockdown, I did online lessons for Steve Prescott Foundation and did about 30 or 40 online lessons, and everybody donated for that. So just through Lee, really. Lee Breers, he's kind of brought me on board a little bit with it. And then I got asked about 12, 14 months ago to come onto this. So it was no-brainer to say yes, and it's great to be a part of it. So I've enjoyed it thoroughly.
It is. It's been a great weekend so far. More to come, we hope, tomorrow.
Yeah.
What a cause, though. I mean, the name Steve Prescott, it just sends a shiver down your back, and it brings a tear to your eye.
If I'm being told, I've always followed Warrington on the rugby league and stuff like that. And it's only over the last probably 10 to 12 years I've got more into rugby and stuff like that, and then to hear, and when I got his book and read his book and stuff like that, and to see what he did and what he went through, and hearing the boys there, the Leeds players and stuff like that, saying how everybody comes together and how a big family it is, and you can see that right across the sport. And to see how everybody, and what Rob's going through at the moment, Rob Burrows is going through, and how strong he's been, and everybody's backing that as well. It's a pleasure to be a part of, and to see how strong it all is.
Absolutely. Now, just talk to us about your golf career, because for people who might not know, the highs, the lows.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really tell I was football mad when I was a kid. But Dad got
Which team?
I'm Man United.
Oh dear. Oh, you've had a bad day.
I've had a really bad few years, mate. Bad few years. But
I switched to it when I was about 16. I was off 12 handicap when I was 16. I was off +1 when I was 17.
Wow.
So something clicked. And
That's dramatic.
yeah, it was. I started practicing and started playing, getting into it, and started to click. And I had the pleasure of Derek Cooper was the pro at our place in Birchwood, who played on tour for 20 years. So I had somebody to look up to and get into it. And I passed my exams PGA and then just left the shop the next day and went playing full time. So it took me a while to get the card, but I spent 20 years then travelling the world playing golf. So it was fantastic.
What
Loved
a great
it.
life. When I play golf, I think, thank God I am not playing this to earn a living, because it is such a game, isn't it? I mean, everything's moving apart from the ball you're about
It
to
is,
hit.
yeah. But the top lads and that, there's a lot of moving parts, but the art of it is to make it look like there isn't. So it's all moving in unison. So it took me a long time to get that, but once I got a good coach on board, I took off, and so yeah, like I say, I played over 400 events on European Tour, 4 majors, and played with some of the top players in the world, and wouldn't change it for a bit. So it's been fantastic, and I've got the chance of seniors tour from next year onwards. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
You don't look, Phil. You do not.
Yeah.
You do not look.
I had long black hair when I turned pro. I've got short grey hair now, so there's something in the game that's not good.
Well, there must be. But hey, look, this is a fantastic weekend.
Yeah, without a doubt.
The people are so special. They come out, they support, they donate, they raise money, loads and loads of money. It's not all about just raising money, though. It's about the camaraderie. It's about the name.
It's the banter and stuff like that. You hear them all and stuff, and it makes me try hard, because I know the guys are trying to beat me and stuff on there. But everybody just walked willingly to try and challenge me and stuff today. It was fantastic. I'm just upset that Benny Westwood beat me, because I'm probably not here the last of that.
No, he's already talking about it as we speak.
No, yeah. So. No, it was brilliant to see them all, like I say, and see them all now come together, and looking forward to tomorrow as well. So,
indeed, but we all are. Well, look, I will do my best to be as quiet as a mouse as you were.
You
for
were
me
fine.
today.
You were fine last night, mate. We'll do it again.
I can't guarantee tonight will be the same, but I'll do my best, Phil.
No problem. Cheers, Eddie.
Great to see you.
And you, mate. Thanks very much.
Well, here we are, day 2 of the La Cala trip for the Steve Prescott Foundation, and I'm joined by the legend that is Lee Breers, and you are a massive, massive supporter of this charity, Lee.
Yeah, it's something what I was really keen to get into after retiring. It's given me a bit of a focus, to be fair, Ed. Steve was a very good friend of mine, family friends, so it was the least I could do. So, it's stuff like this is as close as you'll get to kind of getting back round the lads at rugby league. So I get a lot out of it myself, but it's just a great foundation, and every little helps.
Every little helps indeed. I mean, thousands and thousands of pounds raised during the course of the foundation's existence, and days and weekends like this, as you say, brings people together. All you ex-rugby players used to knock 7 kinds of what out of each other, but on a weekend like this, you're all the best of mates, and you're trying to beat each other on the golf course.
Yeah, that's right. And to be fair, it's not hard to beat Benny Westwood, let me tell you, at the best of times, but not after 2 days on the hill. But you are right, and also it's important as well, because we're meeting people who we've never met before, and we're sitting down. You can have a drink with somebody from, Birmingham, Hull. So it's just not the usual, northwest. It's all around, and I think that's a real key to it. The rugby league community together.
Indeed. And I mean, Steve, his name just lives on because of this. And he was a legend. I've just done a thing with Fraser Dainton now. He was a brave man on the field, as you all are who played rugby. But he was a brave, and the challenge he faced off the field, and the way he survived for so long, he is still an inspiration to us all.
Oh, for sure. Steve. Let's not forget, Steve didn't die because of cancer. He actually beat cancer. It was a transplant what got him in the end. He fought right until the end, and that's what we all that's what we all we get inspired by that, and and it's important that we carry his name forward for the rest of our lives.
Very much so. Now look, on a personal note, since we last spoke, there's been a massive change in your life. The Wigan Warriors now, and a big smile comes on your face immediately. Challenge you're looking forward to?
Really much. Can't wait to get started. Different challenge, new club. It's excited, it's anxious, but I'm really looking forward to it. Who would have thought 2 years ago COVID would have shut the world down? Who would have thought Lee Breers would be coaching at Wigan? it's a strange old world, but I can't wait to get started. There's a very good young squad though, and I'm hopefully going to guide them in the right way.
And you must have to pinch yourself, because 25 years, you arrived at Warrington as a young man yourself. You've left, after 25 years, you've left as a man, and you're just down the road now at Wigan. What's it going to be like going back to the Halliwell Jones and welcoming Warrington to the DW?
Well, as you know me, I'm a competitor, so it doesn't matter. We have to do 2 points. Let's not make no bones about that. But it's going to be fabulous. Hopefully, I get a nice warm reception. But at the end of the day, I'm a Wigan Warriors employee, and I'll be doing my utmost to take the 2 points.
Very much so. Well, they now put the food on the table for you, so you've got to have loyalty to Wigan, there's no question.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really looking forward to that.
And when you look back and you think, well, I remember when I played Wigan and we did this and we did that, what are the highlights that stand out for you in your career against the Warriors? Do you have any particular ones?
Every time we used to play, probably from 2009 to 2013, playing at the DW Stadium on a Friday night, 20 plus thousand people, and then battles when Michael Maguire had Wigan firing, Tony Smith had Warrington firing. They were the best games by a country mile. And if you ask any Warrington player what the favourite away ground is, many people would say, Central DW on a Friday night.
Yeah, it'll be different. It will be different for you. What about the Warrington fans who are here? How have they treated you? They're wishing you all the best, apart from the 2 games you played?
Yeah, it's been really strange. Obviously, you don't know what the reaction is. But everybody's wished me well. And I was more worried about my St Helens mates from home. But
they'll give you some grief.
Everybody's wished me well, and I'm looking forward to that week leading up to the games, because there'll be plenty of banter.
Indeed so. Well, you talked about 2 points for the game. How many points do we expect from Lee Breer's near professional golfer today?
Well, playing off 3, I've just looked at the index. It's given me 1 shot today, so that might go on the first hole.
It's a bit tight as well, they're telling me.
Well, thanks.
Yesterday you could open your shoulders and have a bet.
Yeah.
Some lads have said you should probably actually leave your driver back in the hotel.
Yeah, well, I played Valderrama on Thursday, so that was tight.
Well, and brutal.
Brutal. So I'm looking forward to having a good swing today.
Lee, all the very best for the future with Wigan, and have a great day today.
Thanks, Eddie, and thanks for your input as well on this.
It's been a pleasure, an absolute pleasure. And now with the man who has actually got me involved in this Steve Prescott Foundation golf weekend here in Spain, and I have to thank you, Martin Blondell, for that.
Will
Thank
you
you
ever
very
forgive
much.
me, Eddie?
Yeah, well, I didn't think I would on Friday when we arrived, but after the last couple of days, just brilliant. And you are such a great ambassador for this organisation. I mean, he means a lot to everybody here. He must mean an awful lot more to you.
I feel very privileged and honoured to get to know Steve, not just as a business partner in the sense of the charity, but to be my very best friend. And he's not a second of the day that I don't think about the great man. And it's just fantastic to be here, because I know how much he loved playing golf. To see Taylor out there hacking his way through.
Taylor's his son, of course.
Definitely, yeah, and Lindsay to be here as well. It's just precious, and I know how much he'd be loving it up there, looking down on all the great people who's there this weekend, having a great time and putting the fun in fundraising.
Absolutely, and he obviously is up there because look at this weather. I mean, crystal clear blue skies.
Is it November?
So they tell me. Yeah, so they tell me, and it's 1 degree at home. It's raining. They're chipping frost off cars.
Yeah.
Look at us in shorts.
For
and
anybody back at home, this is like the best day in July you will ever get in Britain.
That's right.
So to be here now. And again, it's the camaraderie between everyone. Everyone's getting on. Everybody's meeting people. A lot of business is being done out there as well, Eddie. So, and the charity is benefiting the Christies, the Rugby League Benevolent Fund. They're benefiting from our great fun that we're having here this weekend.
And was it just purely and simply your friendship with Steve and the fact that you lost him? Was that the reason why you got involved? Because I know you are a St Helens supporter.
Well,
100%.
I was. No, going back 16 years ago now, I was just a rugby league fan who supported St Helens at the time. I ran a website called RL Fans, and when Steve got diagnosed with cancer, all my grandparents died of cancer. So it just seemed natural for me to get involved to support Steve with the Steve Prescott Fund. And then we turned it into the foundation, and ever since, the rest is history. 15 years now down the line for the Steve Prescott Foundation. And the first event, we thought we was going to raise £20,000, and now we're approaching 2 million.
Wow.
In donations.
Wow. And his name lives on.
Yeah.
And as you say, people know all about him, know about the story. And we even have a guy here who has benefited from surgery the sort of which that Steve went through, and he is a living proof that this works.
The operation, the multivisceral transplant operation, it is a really, really difficult operation. Yeah, there's been 1 or 2 who are not with us, but there's a glimmer of hope now for those people. Now, to be with Adam Alderson last night, to be having a few sambucas with him, which is Steve's favourite tipple, it just shows that there is light for all those pseudomyxoma patients out there. The great work that Anil's doing over in America now, the great work of Oxford Transplant Hospital. There is hope for people where there wasn't, and they wouldn't have had a chance without Steve.
No. And also Lindsay, Steve's wife, is here. Now, I think she deserves some sort of recognition from something, because she's bright, she's breezy, she's obviously, deep inside, filled with tragedy, but isn't she an inspiration to us all as well?
Lindsay is the most remarkable woman I've ever had the privilege to meet. They always say behind every great man is a great woman. Lindsay, was her choice when Steve passed away, whether, the charity carried on. Now, since then, she's climbed Everest twice, been up Kilimanjaro twice. She's not just sitting back, she's leading from the front, but she's the most humbled woman you'll ever meet. She has to be pushed to do things because she doesn't like the limelight, she doesn't like the recognition, but she deserves a million accolades, and there's not enough accolades out there to warrant what she deserves.
And all this will continue ad infinitum. It just won't finish on Monday when we fly home. It will continue on and on and on for many years to come.
I hope so. It does get more difficult each year. There's other great causes, not only in rugby league but throughout life. And the nature of people, especially in the rugby league community, is to help those who's in adversity, and we hope to continue. It's stronger than ever. When you see events like this, we know we're going to sell out this 3 times over for next year. And that's what we try to do with the St Helens 10K run and other events that we've got, is put on events that's going to keep his legacy going, and our annual events. And we're probably going to be going back to Everest next year with not Lindsay, not Taylor, but with the next generation of Prescott family, which is Colby Prescott. So Colby is now 16 years old, and he's champing at the bit to get out there and do his bit for the Prescott family and the Steve Prescott Foundation. So yeah, the future's strong.
It's a fantastic legacy, Martin. Thank you for the
Eddie.
invitation. I mean, we better move out of the way because we're getting sunburned in November. It's ridiculous. Well, it's high noon at La Cala in Spain, and I was about to say the 4-ball ahead of us would be the 4-ball that the television cameras would be following, because it consisted of Richie Mathers, Leon Price, Danny Maguire and the great super Benny Westwood. Round the corner we came to the 8th green. Ben, you're on your own. What's going on?
They've all decided to go and watch the Leeds game.
Oh,
I know.
The Leeds legends have gone to watch the Leeds United.
Yes, that's the one. But no, I'm still here. I'm gonna power through as we do, and hopefully I can join in with you guys.
You can. Yeah, yes. I mean, we're totally against the rules of golf for a 5-ball, yes. But it's not that sort of game, is it?
No.
This is not that sort of weekend.
No, we'll be fine. Oh.
And there goes Bob now with
Bob.
And enjoying the weekend, that's the most important thing.
Yes, no, it's been great. It's good to be able to catch up with people and some of the players that we've played against and played with over the years, and we don't see each other for a good 5 or 6 years maybe, and then we just come together and have a game of golf and a few beers, and it's been it's been great. It's been fantastic. I've loved every minute of it so far. Great course as well.
Yeah, well,
Tough course, but
this is tougher than yesterday.
yes,
Much tougher.
Very much. Yes, but
I've even lost a ball today, Ben.
have you?
Yeah, it's cost me a fortune.
We'll have to beat the pro, won't we, to get him back?
We lost that one as well.
Yes.
Tell us what you're doing, because Warrington legend, you've hung the boots up. I think you told me on the plane on the way over, you're in the back room.
Yes.
On backstage.
Yes, backstage. So I still work at the club, still involved. I'm the ambassador of the club, so I do a bit of PR on match days, and so I coach the women's Warrington, and I really enjoy that. That keeps my hand in the rugby side of it all, and I try to pass on all the information that I collected over the years to these girls, which is great. I'm still involved in that team environment, which is the big thing that I miss.
Listen, we're going to get caught up by the 4-ball behind us.
Yeah.
We better get off. So
Let's go.
You go and have a bash and see how we get on. Thanks, Ben. Well, we've had 2 fantastic days of golf in the sunshine in the south of Spain, and of course it's all down to the Steve Prescott Foundation. And so I think, honestly, last word on the podcast today from Spain must go to the lovely Lindsay Prescott, who I know, Lindsay, that you have been through it for so many years, but what a tribute to Steve that this weekend and all these golfers have given.
Yeah, it's been an absolutely brilliant weekend. Can't thank everybody enough. It's been great to have some new faces on board as well. Obviously, lots of familiar faces on this event, but some new ones as well, which was always great. And obviously, Stephen was a keen golfer, so he would have absolutely loved this weekend.
He would have loved this weather, wouldn't he?
Would, yeah.
Word. He must be smiling down on us to send us this in the early part of November. Absolutely
I know, it's
fantastic.
amazing.
And you do so much great work. I mean, it's obviously about Steve and the foundation. But you do so much great work. You've raised thousands of pounds, haven't you, over the past 7 or 8 years?
We have, yeah, and it's been a tough 2 years with the pandemic, but we've adapted and we've done some virtual challenges, so we are going to still be able to hand over quite a significant amount of money this year to our 2 chosen charities, which is the Christie Hospital and also the Rugby League Benevolent Fund. So really proud of that. I think it's been a testing time for everybody, but we've still had great support from everybody, and it's really much appreciated.
Absolutely. And I know you shy away from the limelight at every opportunity. You don't really like doing this sort of thing, but it's a tribute to you. It's a tribute to the way that everything has gone so well this weekend. I mean, you've got 2 great sons, and they're now coming to the fore, aren't they? Both in golf, hopefully, and rugby maybe.
Yeah, and Kobe's a keen rugby player. Taylor's a footballer, really, but both quite sporty and a bit like Stephen, really. They can turn the hand to everything sport-wise. And, yeah, they're stepping up, really, and taking over from me on some of the challenges now, which is great to see, and Stephen will be really proud.
Well done.
Thanks,
this has been a tribute to you and to him. Thank you for a fantastic weekend.
Thank you. No, thanks for being part of it and for your support.
It's a great pleasure.
Thank you.
The last word goes to Lindsay Prescott, Steve's wife and a true inspiration to us all. So that's it then from this episode of Eddie and Stevo, the podcast. The big man himself will be back with me next time. For me, it's back home now, but look out for a Christmas special to be recorded in front of a live audience at Warrington's Halliwell Jones Stadium. That should be lots of fun. So until then, from sunny Spain, it's goodbye and thanks for your company.